seems to concern two, according to the market. The likes of Ventura Empress, who was impressive enough, albeit that she was potentially a little bit disappointing in some respects, given she was sent off 2-1 favourite at Lingfield, but she showed enough pace and she was still in there fighting and then faded away to be fourth. The question mark about her is, with a little bit more know-how, and given that she showed pace from the gate, is she going to be able to negate stall 10 under Hector Crouch? And where will Better Than Giga be in the run as well? Because Danny Muscat has stall 6, a better draw than the market rival, and she's come in for a fair bit of support throughout the course of the day in the market. And Better Than Giga had a good pace to aim at last time. I wondered if she might be a little bit more forward. And in the 650, the Confined Maiden, take a pick of any of the 2-year-olds who might be able to show better form than they did on her debuts. You've got Bala, who made the debut at Ascot in a notoriously hot 5-furlong conditions race. The front two were indeed winners already on that occasion, so was conceding match practice, match experience and fitness. The likes of Daring Legend, who was well enough touted in the market ahead of his debut at Haydock, and it didn't really click. Well, someone is expecting it very much to click. It was available at 28-1 earlier in the day, and is now around about the 5-1 marker on last time I checked. Danny Muscat for James Ferguson for Bon Ho. And then the likes of Inish Fallen, who showed plenty of good pace at Newbury before getting the debut jitters, so to speak. You've got the debutant Maz Good as well, who very much looks the part on paper for Roger Verin and David Egan. Roger, a mixed Royal Ascot, as everyone is saying, but away from that, everything's going out quite a treat. So it'll be interesting to see how he shows up. He's been the long-time favourite throughout the course, but we'll see what happens at the off. As you can hear, there's some noisy horses ahead of the Apprentice Handicap, which kick off the card not very long, but it's a busy 20 or 25 minutes. We've got Salisbury upcoming as well. Let's get back to Lydia over at Salisbury. Hi Tom, thanks very much. Yeah, looking forward to this because the market's been interesting in the lead up to it. Mysterian going off favourite is very interesting for this 3-year-old filly because dropping back in trip didn't necessarily look like the move that you'd assume Connections would have done. She's generally shown better over an extended mile, and the latest was over 10 furlongs. She was placed in both of them. She comes in good form. I just had a question mark about the drop back in trip. Moondial, you'd have to give her a chance, but she's facing Boom Boom Pow on different terms. Here's John Hunt.
Long hold here. The trip's 7 furlongs for the opener. And they're off and racing. Giddy Aunt fluffed the start on the wide outside. Moondial was away very sharply together with Fornham St Martin towards the inside. And Desert Swirl, another one nice and handy as Kaylee joins in around the outside of those. Boom Boom Pow is next. Island Luck towards the outside. And then Giddy Aunt. Giddy Aunt's racing just in advance of Musterion, who in turn leads ahead of Kentucky Bourbon as they come in towards the first of their turns. Giddy Aunt the back marker after that slow start, but up front it is Fornham St Martin and Luke Catton leading the field. Kaylee wide on the track but making progress. Between the two of those, Desert Swirl and Moondial. They're followed by Boom Boom Pow. Musterion comes next. Island Luck is there, followed further back in the field by the likes of White Mist bustled along, and also Giddy Aunt towards the outside of those, and then Kentucky Bourbon. So they come down the straight then, kicking on into the closing stages, and the leader is now Desert Swirl, comes to head Fornham St Martin. Over on the far side, that is a promising looking run from Moondial, who's got the rail to help. Staying on now is Musterion, and also staying on both White Mist and down the near side is Island Luck, but it's Boom Boom Pow who's out in front. Boom Boom Pow wins the opener in taking style, won by 3 at the end there from Island Luck, who is just up for second place. In behind those, the likes of White Mist, and on the rail came Moondial.
Boom Pow wins pretty emphatically in the end, and a third victory in the embryonic career of Joe Levy. Well done to him. Back in second, Island Luck, and then in third place was number 7, White Mist. But a lovely performance that from Boom Boom Pow. Didn't get the best of luck at Salisbury last time, and wins for trainer Joe Davis 13-2. 1 for Black Eyed Peas fans there in the first race at Kempton. The 5:20 at Carlisle is
Boom Boom Pow, off the mark. A first winner for a long time for Joe Davis. This will mean so much to her. And a second win in the career of Joe Leary. Well done to him. £7 he claims. He was on different terms. She was on different terms than when facing Moondial last time and going close. She'd done little wrong in her recent starts, and a really nice performance in the end. In the end, you wonder how she's been allowed to go off 5-1. It looked plain on paper that the terms were extremely different for Moondial, who was once again all the rage in the market. I think she's run a race, but she's just faced Boom Boom Pow on different times, and look what a difference it's made. Boom Boom Pow always comfortable in the race. Joe just switched out aboard her, and then when he really asked her for maximum effort, he's had a really willing partner. This was only the second run for the stable, having previously been with Mark Usher, but Joe Davis has certainly got the key to this filly. And you'd imagine this isn't it for her as well, getting off the mark at the 13th attempt. Having been a neck second to Moondial last time, that was a good performance. A good performance as well, and more shown by the eventual second in there. I think that was Island Luck, who was ridden by Alec Wojkanski, one of the more experienced jockeys in here with 26 winners to his name. It looked on paper like he'd be able to find his feet in this kind of grade, and he ultimately has. And he's put in a better performance, but he's conceded first run to a slightly better positioned filly in here. And it was a really nice performance. I'm wondering if Jo is here, because it'd be great to catch a word with her, because this has surely been, well, I mean, it must have felt Sahara-like in terms of a long while between drinks. She was 0 from 27 since her last winner on the flat. Not many flat runners for her. Her first runner of either code, her first winner for either code for 4 years as well. It's for Allen, who bolted up in a handicap hurdle at Fontwell on the 8th of May in 2019. And before this year as well, don't forget that Joe Leary was 0 from 18 before he bagged a brace of winners. He broke his duck